This story comes from the pages of Venom War Deadpool Issue number 1. Please support the official release. The tale takes place right in the middle of Venom War, where we see our Mark with a Mouth Deadpool as he combated hordes of the zombie symbiote infected New York citizens who were all eager to sink their teeth into him. Lamenting that this was all kinda his fault for initially coming into contact with the Venom symbiote during Secret Wars, Wade is then tossed into a department store where he witnesses a young man become infected before his very eyes, and for once in his life locked in and said that he needed to stop talking and needed to focus on fighting to save who was left. Preparing to engage the legions in the streets, Wade was then joined by his symbiote-bonded friend Andy Benton, also known as Silence, and his gigantic venomized dog called Princess. Yeah, by the way, Deadpool has a big Venom dog, and it's cute and awesome. Going to war with the Symbiotes, Silence countered one of their attacks and used her symbiote's power to release a strain of anti-venom into the creature's bloodstream, turning the undead into a smoking pile of ash. As useful as this was, Silence could only do it to one zombie at a time, where the trio quickly found themselves outnumbered and overwhelmed. Deciding that just senseless fighting wasn't the best idea, the gang opted to use their energy on rescuing innocents, where they turned their gaze to a school bus full of children that was being attacked. Noticing that this bus was on a field trip headed to the circus, this of course being a Deadpool story, things went completely off the rails, where the heroes were attacked by a rampaging, venomized zombie elephant. Hey man, Resident Evil did it first. As Deadpool dealt with undead Dumbo, Silence made her way to the bus, where she opened the door, only to see that these children too had become infected. Remarking that she didn't really like kids as it is, let alone zombie symbiote kids, Andy prepared her wrench, ready to go full-on Anakin Skywalker on this group of very hungry younglings. Deadpool then turns to the camera and tells us as the reader to look away at such violence, for he also was about to engage in animal cruelty. In the very next panel, we would see he was right, where he was viciously attacked by a zombiote lion, where he told Mufasa to chill, only for the giant alien zombie space cat to tear his arm completely off. While Princess dealt with the elephant, we would see the mysteries of Silence's powers deepen, where she managed to get her hands on one of the infected children and injected them with her anti-venom. However, instead of killing them like the zombie from earlier, she was able to give the boy just enough of a dose to cure him, bringing him completely back to normal. The child would not be able to celebrate too long though, for a mere seconds later, he was infected again, where Silence pretty much called him dumb for not paying attention. To make things even worse, a symbiote would then infect Wade's detached arm, turning it also into a zombie arm, where the group would be chased by it and the pack of zombified animals. Knowing he did not have many choices, Deadpool opted to retreat to the sewers, where he told his squad to follow suit, lest they become a can of slimy zombie chow. As Wade's arm began to grow back, Andy told him they could not stay here, where he begged to differ. Besides, there was something or someone he wanted to show them. Greeting one of his bro homeless dudes taking a book break, Deadpool went through a secret passage, telling his family that he had friends. Friends in low places. These low places led to an entire underground world called the Monster Metropolis, which was home to hundreds of classic monsters living in hiding. Monsters such as Frankenstein, the Mummy, and Amphibian. God, this story just gets better with each panel. Petition to get a Deadpool Halloween special movie, please. With Deadpool delighted to see his old buddies, we would see Frank and the gang were not too happy to see him, as it is revealed that Wade was once their ruler, but had abandoned them to conquer another kingdom. Not letting that deter him, Wade told the trio that was all water under the bridge, and he was here on strictly business this time. All he wanted was a little R&R for he and his team, and perhaps earn enough money through some quick mercenary work, where he would return to the surface and resume getting his butt kicked by the zombies upstairs. Deadpool would then hear a voice from behind saying that he knew why he was here, and did not approve of his methods, for this was a place of sanctuary, not one of violence. We would then see just who this voice belonged to, as it was none other than our boy Jared Leto, aka Morbius, where Wade would ask him just how their mutual friend was doing. This mutual friend we see was a mysterious bearded man locked in a cell, wearing what appeared to be a tattered soldier's uniform. Wilson then told Morbius and the team to get this man ready, for there were places he needed to be. He informed them that this man was bad news, the type of person that not even monsters would want to deal with. Meanwhile, we would see Silence just casually chilling in the Metropolis, where she was approached by the original Marvel zombie Simon Garth and the Man-Thing. Intrigued that the young girl was not afraid of them, Andy said that she had been around monsters most of her life, and she could tell they were good people, and was delighted to meet them. We would then see the true monsters make their presence known, as the Symbiotes had made their way to the sanctuary, where they viciously attacked, even infecting the likes of the Wolfman and Man-Thing. Making his way to the scene, Deadpool saw Andy and the others being attacked, where Frankenstein was furious that he led these demons right to them. Knowing now is a better time than ever to unleash his secret weapon, Wade had the mysterious man from before change into his true form. It is here that we would realize that this man was James Hudson, the son of Wolverine, who had come to bond with the Poison Symbiote, adding a powerful and sadistic new ally in Deadpool's army against the growing undead hordes.